What would you do if the very hands that nurtured you reached for what was yours? A tale of pride, passion, and the heavy price of crossing sacred boundaries, the Mother's Betrayal. In the quiet coastal town of Mavuno lived a woman named Nuru, elegant, confident, and breathtaking even in her 40s. Life had not been kind to her, but her beauty had always been her shield. She had her daughter, Sana, when she was just 16. They grew up almost like sisters, sharing laughter, secrets, and sometimes even clothes. Nuru's husband, Mzee Karim, a respected fisherman and trader, was older and often away for weeks at sea. Sana adored both her parents, but her heart leaned closer to her mother, her best friend, her mirror. When Tariq, a young businessman with an easy smile and sharp mind, came seeking Sana's hand, Nuru felt both pride and a strange ache in her chest. Tariq reminded her of youth, of passion she hadn't felt in years. The wedding was grand, the drums echoing across the shore, coconut wine flowing like river water. As the couple began their new life in a spacious home near the ocean, Nuru cried tears of joy. Her daughter was happy. That was all that mattered. Or so she told herself months later. Nuru decided to visit her daughter and her new husband. Mzee Karim was away again, and she was lonely. Sana, overjoyed, welcomed her mother with open arms. "Mama, you'll stay as long as you want," she said. "This house is your home, too." The visit was meant to last a week. It stretched into months. Sana was thrilled. Her mother cooked, helped around the house, and told funny stories. But beneath the laughter, something else began to bloom. Something forbidden. Their househelp, Achieng, had been with the couple since their wedding. She was quiet, loyal, and observant. The kind of woman who saw more than she said. From the start, she noticed how Tariq's gaze lingered a little too long when Nuru spoke, how Nuru's laugh changed when Tariq entered the room. It began with small things, a hand brushing against another, a compliment said too softly, late-night conversations over tea when Sana had gone to bed. At first, Achieng dismissed it as harmless, until one evening she walked into the kitchen and found them standing far too close, Nuru's hand resting on Tariq's chest. Their eyes met hers, and she quickly bowed her head, pretending not to see. But she had seen enough. When Mzee Karim returned home one week unexpectedly, Nuru was distant. She complained, picked fights, and left meals untouched. Within days, she announced she was visiting Sana again to help with the new business. Karim, tired and unsuspecting, agreed. Back at Sana's home, the affair reignited like dry leaves near fire. Tariq was torn between guilt and lust, while Nuru convinced herself that what she felt was love, that she deserved happiness after years of being neglected. Sana, sweet and trusting, had no reason to doubt either of them. One morning, Sana found her mother's earring under the couch. Another time, Tariq returned from work, smelling faintly of Nuru's perfume. She asked him, half-jokingly, "Have you been using Mama's scent now?" He laughed too quickly. The laughter didn't hide the guilt. Achieng couldn't bear it anymore. She had served this family faithfully, and watching Sana's heart being toyed with tore her inside. One night, she approached her. "Madam," she whispered, "forgive me for saying this, but your husband and Mama Nuru, I've seen them. At night, in each other's room." Sana froze. Her throat dried, her mind spinning. "You're mistaken," she whispered. Achieng shook her head. "I wish I was." That night, Sana pretended to sleep. When Tariq slipped out of bed and padded down the hall, she followed silently. Through the half-open door of the guest room, she saw them, her mother and her husband, locked in a forbidden embrace. Her cries split the night in two. Neighbors woke. Whispers filled the night air like locusts. By morning, Word had reached Mzee Karim. He arrived furious, his eyes wild with disbelief and betrayal. The elders of Mavuno gathered beneath the sacred fig tree. Tariq and Nuru were brought forth, shamed before all. Elder Mzee Juma stood tall and spoke. A mother has eaten the fruit meant for her child. A husband has dishonored his home. The ancestors do not sleep through such sin. The judgment was swift and old-fashioned. Nuru and Tariq were to be banished from Mavuno, never to return. Before leaving, they were taken to the River of Truth. The priestess sprinkled ash and salt on their heads, chanting, "May your love never find peace, for it was born from blood and betrayal." Sana wept until her voice broke. Her marriage was ashes, her trust shattered, and her mother gone. She buried her wedding ring and a strand of her mother's beads under the fig tree, whispering, "Let no woman ever love a man her daughter once called husband." Mzee Karim divorced Nuru publicly, sealing her disgrace. Some said Nuru and Tariq wandered from town to town, cursed by the priestess. Every place they settled, storms followed, and their crops never grew. When love crosses sacred bloodlines, it ceases to be love. It becomes a curse. No desire, no matter how strong, can bloom where family ties have been broken.